You got to get that mental health. You know, God is Good morning.
Good morning, y'all. Oh.
God morning it is. God morning. Hello, everybody. This is the day that the Lord has made. We shall rejoice and be glad in it. Good morning, Kristi Michelle.
Good morning. My dog is mad at me this morning.
Like, tag, and share this video, y'all. Good morning, Tangela. Tangela Fields is in the building. Hey, y'all. It is Mental Health Month. So guess what? We talking about it. We're going to talk about these mentals. We're going to talk about the mental. Listen, y'all. I know. I already get it. I already know. Good morning. Great day to you, Angela Rivers. How are you today? Listen, you guys, let's take a pause out real quick, Kristi. Let's take a pause out for the families in Allen, Texas. We want to definitely make sure that we are praying for those families in that massive shooting on Saturday. So let's pray for those families. Let's make sure that we keep them in our prayers, and let's just keep awareness of what's going on when it comes down to how we're moving. And I just pray that God will truly, honestly give us some grace and favor over our lives as we are just trying to navigate from the store to the house, because it seems as if that this enemy is really busy trying his best to just take us all the way out, which that's his job. So now prayer warriors, intercessors, and all of those who know that we are called to prayer, to pray, to cover, to guard. Let's do it. Let's get together and let's do the work, because it is very important that we do the work. Good morning, Sam. So that is important. But let's keep these families in prayers because they're going to really, really, truly, honestly, they're going to need it. And I can only imagine. Could I imagine. Kristi, listen. I want to tell you that Song of Solomon. That's what we're talking about today. Yeah. Cup cameras, please. Please, cup cameras.
I should have had I do have a Bible close. I keep one on my dining room. I keep one on my living room table, be honest with you. So this is Wonder Woman. Because I like Wonder Woman. And then Wonder Woman's quote, it says, "Oh, I don't think you've ever known a woman like me," and that's on the back. Of course, it's one of my oldie but goodies, custom made. You know, every once in a while I got to put myself on cup punishment because I just lose all my mind.
Well, listen, I like that one. You ain't never what?
You never met a woman like me.
Come on now. That need to be on the shirt, Kristi. Let me get my Bible.
You know, I keeps the old school Bible close. You know, Yeah,
get your.
you know, I'll be acting silly with y'all, but I'll be no.
Yeah. I know. I'm doing modern technology today. You got the oldie but goodie wonderful one. Yeah, y'all. We gonna talk about we gonna have a little Bible study. Got your name on it. Look,
Yeah, that's who this one is.
We gonna have a little Bible study real quick. And so, Kristi, I wanted to read from Songs of Songs is what it says on my app. Yours may say Songs of Solomon. And so good morning. Good morning. Let me tell you something. I got to brag real big about Webb and Chandra Eli. So I called them those two beautiful ladies to just kind of share some great information with them because they have some amazing programs. As you know, it's Monday. It's the plug advertisement as well. So Sherelle Webb has a amazing STEM program called Coding with a Twist, LLC. And then Chandra Eli has an amazing childcare center that is called Eli's Learning Academy 1 and 2. That means she got 2 of them things up in there. So parents, if you're looking for an amazing childcare service to take your babies to, I recommend Eli's Learning Academy 1 or 2. And if you're looking for an amazing STEM program, you needed someone to come out and give your children an amazing STEM lesson with fun and so much joy to it, I recommend Sherelle Webb with Coding with a Twist. Yep. Because these ladies right here, they really truly, they take information that you give them, Kristi, and baby, if I tell you they be executing that information, that's what I like about them. They execute the information that you give, and you don't even have to worry about like have they written, and they come back and ask you questions like, hey, now what else is it that you were saying about it? And what else is it that we need to do? I love it.
Is there like an email that you can drop, y'all two ladies?
Okay, so
we're one of the organizations I'm in, we're doing, it's a little small event on May 20th for community partnerships where we're highlighting African American women that are entrepreneurs. And we want them to come out. And now it's on the South Side. Just want to let you know, not that I don't think that matters, but I think that's important. African American women and teens who have their own business.
Really?
So I think we're meeting today. We're having a second meeting today. But I want to say my deadline is coming up soon to submit, just to submit my names. And I just want to be able to, I can
stop. Sherelle Webb and Coding with a Twist.
Okay, I see your email. I'm gonna go back and screenshot that, and then I'll go from there.
And she's in functions too, Kristi. So Sherelle is in functions as well. So you can always hold functions to the functions group. That's Faith Unites nonprofit organizations coming together in our neighborhood serving. So there you go. That's one of your functions.
And it's a free event. It's not gonna cost you to go there and promote your event. It's just like from 2 to 4. So I'll post that there.
So is it gonna be open to the public?
I think it is open to the public. It's gonna be on Prospect Street at the top ladies' house, but it's community partnerships. That's one of the committees that I'm on. And that's what we're getting used to. We're introduced. We need to see what's in the community. Everybody know the resources. So we're trying to get the people's. Yes. I'm gonna bring my books too. Obviously. So I thought it was real cool. That just came to mind, like, because I got the meeting today and I got the alert yesterday, and I was like, oh, got the meeting today. So I'll pass it on.
Definitely. And if you want to throw in there Simply Her Movement, because we always ready.
Everybody. I'm gonna put it in the functions group, and then I'm gonna submit the names and the businesses on the call to.
Oh, good deal. Eli's Learning Academy. I will reach out to Sean and let her know. She'll probably watch this on the replay. She says she don't know much about the technology of how to do a lot on this app.
It's okay.
I'm teaching us all how to be able to be proactive and work. Yes, Sherelle. Yes. See, that's what I'm talking about. And she's not the only one. It's some more great ladies and gentlemen who does great work. But I'm just bragging about these ladies because we were talking, and they executed out the information so quick that was given to them. I was just so excited about it that they really, truly, honestly, when you tell people things, Kristi, and they trust your words, that's a big thing. Like they trust your words. I was talking about you on Saturday, and I was fussing. I ain't gonna lie, I was fussing. And I said, you better call her. You sitting there playing around. You got what you need in your toolbox. Keep playing here. I said, it's gonna be removed from your toolbox. And they were like, okay, I'm gonna call her Monday. I said, you better call her. You better call her.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. And this is something I've learned. I've learned through my businesses. People gonna call when they're ready. That's like forcing that person to pay their deposit, this and that. Don't if they ain't ready to work with Kristi, don't be ready. Because let me tell you something. This here is totally different from when we get that call and be on that business. Because time is money and money is time. And I want people to learn that. So when they ready, Miss Nikki, they gonna come back on the door.
They gonna come. One thing I can tell you is that I'm gonna say it like this.
They're gonna say, "Ooh, that Kristi," and I'm gonna say, "Yeah, time is money, money is time. We ready to work or no? What we ready to do?
I'm gonna say this, Kristi. This at this particular time, when you talk to them, you gonna be like, "Oh, baby, you better get your." You gonna be
ready. Let's go.
You gonna be whipping them out. You gonna pull the whip out and say, "Come on in," because this ain't no. I'm just saying.
Somebody had to pull it out on me. And it's what it is.
Yeah. But we're proud. We're proud of you. We're very proud of you. So
Okay.
let's talk about this Songs of Songs. So here's the thing. Songs of Solomon, Kristi brought it to our attention that this is a book. If y'all haven't been following us, this mental too. We finna talk about your mental. We finna get into your sexy mental. Oh, we about to talk about the sexy book, the sex book, the SEX book. So we finna get real lit up in here. So Kristi was telling us about why don't nobody talk about the Song of Solomon book in the Bible? Why do we not talk about that? And that's because, Kristi, it's a risky book. It's very much a high polluted book of talking about teaching you about sex. Period.
Talk about sex, baby.
Yay. Okay. So what I found was yes. H.E.R say sex so early. Let's go. Yeah, we gotta talk about it. I mean, talk about it in the morning, talk about it in the evening, talk about it all in the noonday. Sometime of the day you gotta talk about this. So Kristi, what I was looking at in the Message version of Songs of Songs, chapter 1, and it was verse 2 and 3. The first thing it says was the woman. That's what it says. Mine says the woman. And so it says
the Shulamite.
Oh my, and that's a woman.
Yeah.
That's that Shulamite woman. Nobody want to talk much about her.
Yeah.
Kiss me full on my mouth. Yes, for your love is better than wine. Better than your aroma oils. The symbols of your name murmur like a mellow brook. No wonder everyone loves to say your name. Say your name, say your name. Hey, say my name, say my name. Hey. I got excited when I read that, Kristi, and that was verse 2 and 3. And then I'm going on down to 4 for giggles. It says, take me away with you. Let's run off together and elope with my king lover. We'll celebrate, we'll sing, we'll make great music. Yes, for your love is better than vintage wine. Everyone loves you, of course. And why not? So yeah, that's what we're talking about this morning. Let's talk about right there, because there was a lot to unpackage right there, people. We read to you Songs of Songs from the Message version. Chapter 1, verses 2 through 4. May Lord have a blessing for the readers and the hearers and the doers of his word. So y'all, let's talk about this here right here now. let's talk about and Kristi, did you want to read from your Bible version so they can hear it? Because they make what you got, the King James version or the NIV?
No, this is the NIV.
Okay, read it from
Actually,
your
it's
read
no,
it from the
actually it's the
NIV.
New King. This is the New King James.
Read it from yours. That will help us out a little bit to understand.
It says, "Let him kiss me with the kisses of his mouth,
Mm.
for your love is better than wine, because of the fragrance of your good ointments. Your name is ointment poured forth. Therefore the virgins love you. Draw me away." And it has exclamation point behind away, so you're obviously somebody's shouting there. And then it says, it has the heading, "The Daughters of Jerusalem," and it says, "We will run after you." And he goes back to the Shulamite and said, "The king has brought me into his chambers." Okay. And then it goes back to the Daughters of Jerusalem. We will be glad and rejoice in you. We will remember your love more than wine. Okay. That ends for. Well, no. Then it goes to, "Rightly do they love you." And then that goes to the Shulamite.
Mm.
So, okay.
So the young Shulamite woman, the little that I do know about her is that Shulamites were pretty promiscuous from what I understand. And so I'm learning more about it because I said Kristi didn't set up here and open up a little mind that I need to know more about this chick and everything. So that from what I understand about her and what I know is that they were promiscuous people. The Shulamites was promiscuous people. They knew how to get down. They knew how to do what they was doing. And so you know, when it came down to this this romantic interaction with each other, it was one of those things of, you know, everything came with preparation. One thing I can tell you about sex back then, from what I understand and what I grabbed from reading, oh, it was always a preparation. They prepared you for what was about to go down. The only time something did not happen within that time frame is when somebody was being forced and when they were actually when there was a raping. But most of it, oh, it was an atmosphere set for sex. It was an atmosphere set. And the reason why that atmosphere was set there because it was an intimacy that was necessary and the way that they wanted it to happen. So my thing is this here today is that we're always sitting up here trying to see. And if you notice here, Kristi, it started off talking about the woman. The woman is the one that has set this tone right here where Solomon could come in and be prepared and ready to do what he do. But the woman was the one who made sure that the atmosphere was conducive for the love and the love making itself could be happening. So, ladies, do you now understand a little bit of why we want to set a tone? Why we put our freakum dress on? Why we comb our hair, put our makeup on, and put our little fragrances on? Why does the aroma of your body? It's important that we smell a certain way, we look a certain way, we present ourselves in a certain way. Why? Because we have been noted to be what? A whole entire atmosphere.
You're gonna set the tone.
We're gonna set that tone. And what we're setting in that tone, Kristi, is we're setting something that's gonna draw him to us. Because when he said in there, girl, pour out, you know, your name is perfume that pours out. So that means, baby, you it, girl. When I see you, when I smell you, baby, you linger. You that linger in my dear voice. What's that linger? You're that linger. You're the linger. You're that linger. That smell that lingers. And so you know, you drawing him away, which means that when you walk into the room and he see you, it's like you just keep captivating his mindset and holding his attention fully. Would you agree with that, Kristi?
Absolutely. You're gonna hold
you're going to hold him, and then you're going to make sure that when you grab him and he sees you, and you really, truly, honestly have captivated him with your smell. But then you're gonna also make sure that once you and him get together, y'all get that opportunity. There was something about that kiss. So I'm gonna say this here.
Yeah.
That your mouth is powerful. What that mouth do though?
Well, yeah.
What that mouth do though?
Yeah. Why you keep
Because,
kissing
and
everybody?
I'm just telling you what it is that I'm grabbing from this word that is letting it be noted that, lady, you got a presence, ma'am. You set some kind of tone, and girl, you are the reason for the season, because here we go back again talking about wine, how you are a fine wine, a vintage age. And if you know anything about wine, Kristi, the older it is, the better it is, honey. The better it feels. So one thing about it is that I want you to know, sis, even my older sisters, you still bring the boys to the yard. Your milkshake can still bring the boys to the yard. Now, Kristi, I'm gonna toss it to you. Go ahead.
Most men's prefer the season. Well, I'd say prefer. It's just a little different with the seasoned women's. With the seasoned women's, we just know a little bit more. I I like to read a whole lot. Me personally, I would just probably go and have to read the rest of this whole little thing. See, my Bible is separating the Shulamite woman and the daughters of Jerusalem. So I believe that my Bible is attempting to give you the perspective, obviously, from the actual woman. And then it tries to turn into the daughters of Jerusalem. I think they try to make it like spiritual. Like, if you don't have a man to kiss, this is what probably should you be doing to the Lord. We're going to run after you. We'll be glad and rejoice in you and all that stuff. So I like this right here where it says, let him kiss me with the kisses of his mouth. I like that we throw the plural on the kisses. That's going to make me go back and be like, kisses? Why is we talking about kisses? It's plural. Okay, but I like that. Your love is better than wine. It says it's a good poem. It's good. It's romantic. I don't know. It makes you feel like somebody's getting swept away. That's just what it seems like to me. But it does not address if these people are married or not. It does not address if they're just boyfriend and girlfriend. It does not address if it was just a night away. But if I know anything about Solomon, I know he has the women's, baby. He had the women's, and he was still the wisest person. If I'm not getting him confused with nobody else, he still was the wisest king, but he just had a lot of women. He had a lot of women, he had a lot of wives, which means, he was having a lot of sex. He probably died of STD back then. I don't know. This is just me just guessing, because you're going to have you're going to be just having it, right? And I don't think it was no such thing as protection back then. I feel like I'm getting off topic. But I think the passage is good. It makes me want to definitely go back and read more. I can tell you it's setting the scene. It look like in my Bible, because the big topic, it says the banquet. So I'm guessing that they're out somewhere. They're going out. Are they at the city? Are they attending an event? Blah, blah, blah. So it's a lot to unpack. It's a lot to try to figure out what's going on, where they are. Like me, I'm trying to literally see it in a picture. Are they getting ready to go out to the banquet? Are they preparing? Are they still sitting there? Is he telling her how pretty she is before they go out? He's kissing her on the mouth, and then she's like, "Draw me away." I'm just like, "Oh my God, what are they doing? Are they having a visitation before they go out to the banquet? Is he talking to her at the banquet, in her ear to get her? I don't know. Now I'm like, what? Now I gotta go find. I gotta go find some kind of concordance or something, so somebody can say this is probably what was going on when all of this was being said. Because I like to see it in real time. I like to see it. Was this some good old foreplay? Was this?
Oh yeah.
Was this the
Oh,
equivalent?
Yeah. That's what I was getting ready to say.
Of getting that text message from Bay and be like, say, man, can you put on that red dress and you know, is this the equivalent?
Johnny Gill behavior.
Is this the equivalent? Is this the equivalent?
Well,
So
I
I
would
mean,
say
I like it.
I would say that would be what it is. As far as like you said, that
She said the king has brought me into his chambers.
See,
so I mean, I
so
like that.
so I would say that it's a possibility that they were talking in regards to how, you know, she was just in the room. Let's say that it was an open setting, like she was in the room, and of course he saw her, and she just was there, and she was doing what she do best, and before we know it, she just showed up on the scene, and out of all the women in the room with perfume on, like her perfume was the one that when she passed by, oh, it lingered, it stayed with him, like it stayed on his mind because he had already. I'm even interested to say, Kristi, that them eyes locked. Have you ever locked eyes with somebody? Have you ever just locked?
I try not to lock no eyes with no man's.
You know, you just them eyes lock, and then you done locked in them eyes, and it's like boom. It's like, hey, it's right. Them eyes tell it, baby. Them eyes.
I'll do one of these in a minute. I'm trying to lock eyes with me across the room. Try to lock you with me across the room. But I feel you.
But they locked in. And so once the eyes locked in, she was like, I need to get by him. I'm gonna have to pass by that boy. I'm gonna have to get right there with that boy. I'm gonna have to go ahead on and get there. So my thing is this here, and let's bring it to modern day because this is good. And yes, we're gonna be talking about this because this is a good book. Y'all read. It's in the Bible. Songs of Songs, it may read in your book. Songs of Solomon, it may read in my book. So what I'm saying is that, Kristi, how do we bring this into our today?
That's a good
How
question.
does this right here come into our today? Just knowing the small parts of this, and this is just another woman that he added on. Yes, Solomon added on to his kingdom of women that he had. He had a bunch of women. He had a whole lot of women that he loved and everything. And so, but what I am now reading that this is one of his beautiful women that he just really, truly, honestly, he liked her. She was one of his favorites. This is one of his favorite girls.
Yeah, I have to finish reading. Reading this one.
Despite of how he has all these women, Kristi,
it's not that long.
You have to dare to have a favorite.
Oh yeah. Everybody has a favorite.
Oh,
I believe everybody has a favorite. Everybody has a favorite something somebody. And I don't think it's all wrapped up in the same person. Well, I say everybody has a favorite. You know, I don't know. Them women or them men that could have possibly entered their marriage, or those people that have only been with one person. I can say that.
That's a good question.
Because you got people that have only been with one person. Now, when I say being with one person,
coming in from a person point.
Let's talk about these new age virgins for 2 seconds while we're here. And I said new age, and I meant it. It's because we have young adults, and possibly older adults. First of all, everybody, the girls want to, of course, biblically you need to. They would like you to remain a virgin until you are married.
Yeah,
biblically, the girls and the boys, because it never differentiated. We always want to make sure that the woman is a virgin, but basically it never differentiated sexes, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So what I had found with these new age, to bring it back into new age, is that we have these girls that they want to remain virgin, which means the only thing in their mind is that I just don't want to be penetrated vaginally. So, but you're gonna let him penetrate every other hole in your body. And if this is not the conversation for you, please exit
Yeah, because we
the
about to
line.
get rough.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna say nothing that's not true, but these girls are allowing these males to penetrate any other hole in their body for the sake of remaining a virgin. Um, but technically, like you're not. you know, we're 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 having oral sex, but you still say, but I'm still a virgin, but you didn't have oral sex. I feel like we place up we don't talk about the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Or there's another hole in the body. I'll let everybody use their imagination that these girls and these guys like to dibble and dabble with because I can still go home and say I'm still a virgin, and that's
Mm.
just not the case. And I'm just gonna be straight up honest with you. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm just gonna go ahead and say Christyism, and not that I'm not right on a lot of things, but I don't believe you're telling me because you're still experiencing a sexual act.
We're talking about sex, brother.
What did I
What
log into?
did I
I'm
log
so
into?
sorry.
We talking about
Uh,
sex.
but you know what I'm saying? So it's like, we do all of these things. So back into that. So I go back into that. So I guess you could have a favorite. Just depending on how experienced that you are. But I tell any young girl, sweetheart, if you've experienced any type of sexual act, you ain't you all is listen, you are not a virgin, young lady. You are
Yeah,
not. You're not.
yeah.
I just that's just that on that. I believe we've made it so, if you haven't had it done this way, then you're still a virgin. And that's just farthest from the truth. So I guess you can develop favorites without having to actually have the act done per society, you know. But yeah, back to favorites. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're gonna have someone that you prefer or that you remember how you liked it that way. And let me tell you something. A lot of the times, it's normally like the well, I don't want to say the first person, but you got if you ever seen one of my trainers, I talk about the sexual light switch all the time when we get to that little piece and we talk about trauma. So a lot of times, it just kind of depends on who turned that sexual light switch on in you. As to on who your favorite is.
Yeah.
But yes. Look like he had a favorite chick, or maybe he had a favorite thing. And I've talked to quite a few men, and a lot of men say the favorite one is the new one,
Mm.
and the best thing is the one that they never had, because they
Mm.
never had it. So it's always gonna be the best one until they experience something new. Because
Mm.
everybody like new.
Yeah.
Everybody like the new toy, everybody like the new purse, everybody like the new pair of shoes, everybody like the new outfit because it's
Right.
new, it's fresh. Nobody ain't really seen it. I think it kind of
Well, what
can
about
go that
what
way
about this here,
in
Christy? I'm glad you
relationships.
said that about the new.
Hmm.
Okay. And so how about even as a woman, because again, you said women are basically like sometimes they've never been with nobody else, it's just been that one person.
Hmm.
And so once they get into a place where they get somebody else and everything, then they become so attached to it,
Hmm.
but they're still loyal to that first, you think? Or do they just go ahead on and release it off and be like, no, you it right here, bro. It's you.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the woman, child. Depends. I think that's individualized. I think that's individualized to each woman, to each his own. Very subjective. I think that totally depends on the woman.
And I like what she said in here. She said to draw me away with you. Like,
Yeah,
come on,
yeah.
take me
I
with you.
I
So
like that.
obviously somebody was putting it down.
I like that. Take me away with you.
Yeah,
Take me away.
somebody was
Or they got
talking
caught
some
up in
good
the
talk.
moment. Or they got caught up in the
Okay.
moment at the banquet. Take me away
Which
with
goes
you,
to my
bruh.
first, which goes to my first thing. Does sex start in the bedroom?
No.
Where does it begin? In the kitchen.
It could
In
begin
the car.
anywhere. It could begin while somebody at work and somebody is whatever. It can begin months before anything even happens.
Does it start
Um
with the lock of the eyes? Because you said that like don't look this
I
way.
I
Do you
think
think so?
if I don't know you, like if let's I mean, okay, so I do believe that there's a thing as
Oh,
instant
Tangela
attraction.
said in the mind.
And
Oh,
I was getting ready to
okay.
say, mentally. I was getting ready to say
Mentally.
conversation with somebody. That's how you have so many you got these emotional affairs. I believe emotional. I am for one for Kristi. And I have, if I've gotten to the point with men since my divorce where I talk about my negotiables and non-negotiables. And the physical act of cheating for me has not been a non-negotiable. What are you saying? I'm not gonna like it. I don't want it. But if I had to pick between you physically cheating on me and emotionally cheating on me, I'm gonna pick the physical all day.
Yeah.
That
Because
emotional affair,
it keeps going, right?
that all day, the this and that, I feel like you can be attracted to somebody emotionally and mentally, and that does more damage because like somebody got your mind. If they in your head all day,
Yes.
you're not gonna be, you're gonna physically be with me, but you're not going to be with me. So yeah, Miss Tangela, I do believe it's starting to mind. But just like a random thing, like sometimes you do have physical attraction to somebody. You do have that instant like just attraction. I believe like your energies are just whatever. I've been to several events where I saw several men and I'm like, and it's been the same way. And like, that's just kind of where it was. That's just where it was, just an instant attraction.
Do you think that right that was the start of a foreplay?
It could have been.
Right then and there.
It very well could have been. I think if it was entertained further, I believe it very well could have been. I believe that's how you get a lot of random things. You get a lot of, it just didn't mean nothing. It's just random. It's impulsive. I believe you have all that. And I believe that can start with the lock of an eye. Because you're just going to be attracted to some people. You're just going to be physically attracted to some people. You just got to know, is everything worth acting on? But absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I went to after my 2 meetings on Saturday, I had to go and celebrate a birthday, and it was at Grace's. And I tell you, listen, I was walking up and I was looking decent, right? Because we had to take chapter pictures. So I had to go to 2 different events. The basic color is black. So I just had on a nice little black dress where I can just change in my 2 colors, right? I can represent the Zeta and I could just do it. Well, we had to go to eat afterwards. And I was looking a little, when I'm looking right, I walk different. I don't know about anybody else, but if I'm looking good, I walk like I look good. Okay. So what am I saying? I had to walk on. And I was, I'm always aware of my surroundings. I'm gonna peep the scene, I'm gonna turn around, I'm gonna see who. Let me tell you, it was a handsome fella sitting at a table to the left. I remember the table he was sitting at because I looked and I saw him looking, and I looked back and him was handsome, and I felt like he thought I was looking good. And let me tell you something, we both did but I kept on walking on. And I kept on walking inside. But it was a lock of the eye. It could have easily been a, but so yeah, that can definitely happen. Like that could definitely happen.
Body language. That's what I was looking for.
And listen, it was just, we just so happened to lock eyes at the same time. You can tell in that 2-3 second glance that we both like what we saw, but he kept talking and I kept walking. So yeah, that can definitely happen. But who knows if we would have stopped and had a conversation where that could have led,
Right.
So yeah, I believe it can start with a locking of the eye. But like Miss Tangela, I believe definitely it's mentally. I definitely believe in the mind.
I believe that too.
I definitely believe in that mental connection, which can be dangerous. It can be dangerous. You can't just once you give in your mind.
If you are a person who enjoy intellectual conversation, and I am an intellectual baby. Talk good to me. Talk good to me about something that is really truly just a passion and a love of what I like. Now, don't y'all boys be running around here talking about, I'm gonna talk to all day about the community. It's a certain way too now. Come on now. You be talking about the community. But I'm gonna know when you really seriously in that thing and when you playing with that thing. But intellectual conversation, engagement, baby, and throwing out some real good knowledge. Oh, baby, you got a girl ready to roll out. Let's go. Take them out. Let's go. Yeah, because that's something that's very rare and different, right? But of course, also we have to, Kristi, we decide too though on how much of that impulsive mind and pushing and emotions and that adrenaline rush to the mind that we're going to allow, right? But it all starts in the mind, because think about it. Every now and then, even if you're drunk, your mind still, and I think really truly honestly, as you're drunk, your mind really starts to talking and telling you, come on now, you're gonna really get it done. You're gonna really throw up in it. I just can remember a time when I had this one incident, baby. I had it in my mind, honey. It was about to go down. It's my birthday too. Don't let it be an eventful. It was my birthday. I was like, oh, it's about to go down, boy. It's about to go down. I was so lit. And I was like, oh, it's about to happen. You and I about to happen. But my sisters intervened for me and they took me home, and I was like, ooh, wonderful, thank you. But baby, I had already called it out in the club and everything. I'm taking him to the house. That's it. He going. And I was like, yeah, it's happening. It's happening. But people say, oh, your mind, when you drunk, you're not thinking straight. I think you thinking more straight and much more into the place of where you were before you even got to that place. You get what I'm saying?
I think
like I think it comes out a little bit clearer, because again, they say a drunk tongue tells a sober mind.
That's I definitely believe that. Just
and I said that because when she talked about the vintage of the wine.
Definitely a drunk mind. I believe there's no filter on, just like when you inebriate, your reflexes are off. So like your reflexes are a little bit slower. So you just you don't fully think through your thoughts. So of course there's no filter. Because you don't have that ability, typically when you're inebriated, if you're not accustomed to being inebriated. I'm not talking about your functioning alcoholics, which I know several of those. And shouts out to those who can do that. I just like shouts out.
I was a functioning one very well.
That's a lot of time. But hey, shout out to y'all. Shout out to the functioning alcoholics. I'm not talking to those. Y'all know how to control y'all mind in the situation. I'm talking about those like me who do not get inebriated often and baby shy. Ain't no telling what's going. Which is why I just be at the house. And if you're lucky enough for me to cut loose at my house with you, consider yourself blessed, because I just is what it is. But yeah, I believe just like when your reflexes are off when you're inebriated, so is your filter in your thinking process. That's how you just you just rail it off, and you just say what you want to say. So yeah, so absolutely that. I'm not one to purposely get somebody like a little tipsy just to try to find out, because I know people that do that. They be like, well, just get them a little tipsy. You really find out what they think. I don't.
Right.
I don't, because I might get my feelings hurt, and then I'm mad. And you got to be ready for everything that you ask for. Is what I'm saying. But yeah. A drunk man. I hear drunk men don't tell no tales. I've heard that. And babies and kids are just honest with you, baby. You want to know anything? Kids will tell you. Kids say anything.
They straight honest, and you cannot. You really cannot feel to
the innocence of it. The innocence of kids.
Yeah,
my dog is literally. What is you trying to get, puppy? Oh.
They are really seriously, like you can guarantee they gonna give you the 100% business, because them kids, baby. And I don't even want to give them no other way of thinking, because I love the pure at heart of how they think, because they're really truly honestly able to express themselves in their innocence. We teach children how to filter their thoughts. They don't know how to lie. We teach them, and you can teach them by direct showing them, or you can teach them by action in front of them.
We teach them. Don't say that. Stop. Don't say that.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I can't believe she said that.
No, I can't, because you said it. And they just got on the count on what you said.
They just
true. And so, Kristi, here's the other part of this, what I wanted to really pay attention to when she said in there, we will rejoice and be glad in you. We will remember and exalt your love more, sweet and fragrant than wine. Like this is something that's like, this chick is saying, hey, this is who we are. This is what we are. And he was really telling her, like, baby, I'm feeling you. Like, I am really honestly feeling you. So we've talked and we've said that sex starts in the mind.
Mhm.
Now, in the physical acting of getting there to that point, Kristi, do it really matter with women and ladies in the chat, gentlemen in the chat? Let it be noted. Does it really matter about talking good to you to get you out of your panties, out of your underwear, out of your drawers? How does that talking good work for you? Or you just come in the room ready, like, take them out, let's go? Chrissy, like, yeah, yeah. I said it. I said straightforward.
Not 8:30 yet. Um,
We got 5 minutes.
I think it just depends on the person.
Yeah.
I think
Because I'm saying that because the way he talked to her, the way he has talked to her, he's already said, these great things. She ready to go. She's like, hey, let's go. Let's
But
get out of here.
if it's
Let's
the
go.
sugar my woman, she already knew what time it was when she was preparing herself to go to the thing.
Tend to say, well, see, it depends.
I'm just gonna say this. This is for me and my like girlfriend crew. The ones that we have these kind of conversations. You don't have this conversation with everybody. But I'm gonna say this. I know I can normally tell if I'm gonna probably give that young man a little bit or he has a chance or not. I can probably know that after we first talk. I can probably know that when we first meet. I mean, I may have a couple of minutes I met that I'm like, ooh, maybe. But typically us women, I'm gonna say me, I'm gonna say all women, I'm gonna say typically for me, I'm gonna know if you have a chance to get some or not, or if like I will never give you any. Like that's just that on that. It could be just that's just me. I'm gonna know. I'm gonna know if I'm gonna want to if you have a chance, and I'm gonna know if I don't care what you getting ready to spit. Chances are you're probably not gonna get any. Like
And why would that be?
I just don't probably feel no attraction to it. No, just no attraction. Some people you just don't see yourself can go that way. And I know that's probably like a prejudge or a pre whatever, but
No. Why would it be
it's just some I'm just like, no. And
Because
it's
it's
some
the
men,
attraction of
yeah,
where did the
it could have been
attraction
what
come
they're
from?
saying. It could have been a conversation. It could have been, just conversations throughout the time. It could have been like, dang, he looked good. Or it could have been like, oh, he smelled good and he looked good. Yeah, I know me and my crew can be like, yeah, he probably can get it. Like something like that. Or it could just be off just a conversation. You can hold a conversation. If you could make a sister laugh, I know quite a few people that be like, well, how he pull her? And I'm like, he probably made her laugh. Things like that.
Yeah.
People just underestimate. You get quite a lot of people that say, how he pull her? Like I'll just go use Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart and his wife. When him and his wife got married, they were like, well, how did Kevin Hart pull her? I'm like, this nigga men can literally laugh you out your panties. That is not that is not a myth. I mean,
Because Kevin was very funny.
Now Kevin ain't an ugly fella, but he's just like if Kevin
he's
could
just
not
short. He's just short.
But if
And
he
she's
could not,
taller than him.
but honestly, short dudes don't get no play. Let's just be real.
They
Short
don't.
dudes get talked about. If Kevin was not smart, do you think he's not smart. If Kevin was not as funny, do we all think he would probably get the same play he got now? I don't think if Kevin was a regular schmegular dude, I don't think he would get the same play. Yeah. It's something when you make a woman smile, when you make a lady smile and laugh.
Yeah.
I think that's so you just I feel like you just can kind of know who you would probably give to, and sometimes ain't even somebody that's like your like this your type per se. Right. Sometimes maybe somebody that's out of your type, or it could be something like this. You in the moment, that person looking good, you looking good. Y'all done been saying some couple little things. My thing say they in the banquet, so obviously they've been drinking and this and that carrying on. They probably like get on up in his chambers. And she was like, I was trying to come to the king chambers anyway. Because if Solomon pull all these women, I guarantee everybody was talking.
Yeah. Well, she was a bride, so She was his. They was getting ready to become. I think she was very much well being presented to him. I'm gonna find out more. I would definitely have some definite information about who she is tomorrow. But they were really pretty much pulling her to that point of she was being presented to him. But it seems as if, and to me, it's like as he was talking to her, letting her know what it is, she was ready to go. She's one of them girls that was like,
Listen, that's the king though.
Yeah,
That,
yeah.
Let's just make that into 2023. That's name name somebody that everybody just would be like, let him come knock on my door and see. Like that's I'm just gonna say LeBron. I'm not a LeBron fan, but this the LeBron. This the GOAT, right? This the GOAT knocking at your door.
Method Man for me. Let Method Man knock us all I need to.
Let me tell you something. Shout out to Method Man for keeping his 20-something year marriage not public. I just want to shout out to Method. I love that. But I was like, I didn't even know Method Man was married until he did that interview. And it was like, yeah, been married, what it was, 22, 27 years? Yep. And it was like, how you keep it private? He said, simple. Don't let nobody in my business. I was like,
she was not there. She was not there. She was like, at home.
I ain't put at home. Like
she wasn't worried about it.
But I know what home
is. Contrary to popular belief, a lot of those guys, Kristi, they go home after them shows. Them folks walk straight to the club and go straight to their house.
Listen, they go home. They go home. They do this and that. They take the accolades. They go home. I was like, if we can just take a page out of some of their book, they ain't gotta post everything. You don't never see Denzel posting Pauletta. She gonna be at the award show and this and that, but then Pauletta ain't gotta be in every. She ain't gotta be in all them pictures everywhere. Child.
And what I was reading was it says the theologians believe that Songs of Solomon to be the collector of songs, but it was more generally understood to be the sort of drama or lyricist poems celebrating the wholesomeness of a growing love that leads to a mature marriage.
Could be. Well, I'm just
ancient rabbis understood that as it was a relationship between God and Israel and viewed with the details as symbolically.
Yeah. I think that somebody tried to make it very spiritual, but I don't think that's really what it was.
Yeah.
I think just for the sake of what it was, somebody tried to make it, and maybe it could have been. But like, I'm just kind of thumbing through this thing, and I'm sure seeing a lot of things that I've heard in a lot of these gospel songs that people thought was so deep. Like right now, I'm just finding I Am the Rose of Sharon and Lily of the Valley. That came out of Song of Solomon. Did the people know that? I never knew it until just now when I'm just taking a quick gander. It's
There's
right
a lily in the valley. Now I can tell you exactly who
it's chapter 2, verse 1.
Actually. Who writes songs? Like, okay. John P. Key said that when he started writing songs and when he was in prison, he wrote his songs from the Bible.
Yeah, but see what this is what him was reading.
Yeah. He said he wrote it. He said he wrote it from there. Yeah. That's why, like when you say there's a lily in the valley. Right.
Yeah, I get that. That's it. But everybody, here's where I'm going with this. I don't think that was. I personally don't think it was a love song between God and the world. I think that that somebody was telling a man or a woman that's what that was. And what I'm saying is that we take these songs is on everybody's interpretation. That's probably not even what it means. So we've been singing. I say we've been. You just gotta know.
I believe that Songs of Solomon is truly, honestly, teaching you how to bring your milkshake to the boys.
Okay,
that's what it is. I believe Songs of Solomon is the perfect person to teach you how to look back at it. I believe Songs of Solomon is teaching us that, like he said in here, this part, get your marriage mature by giving your tail up. Stop sitting around holding it and taking me to the king and wrapping yourself up like this, like coming to bed like this. Instead, come to bed naked. Literally naked. That's what I believe Songs of Solomon was saying. He was not sitting around here trying to say, go the holy, righteous. No. Songs of Solomon was saying, Get your tail together. Throw your legs in there. Fan dance. Drop it low and do all what you got to do. Because it's the Bible. Since we talking about the Bible, because that's what he was saying. And he said it in a nice way. Girl, clean your body up. Put that aroma on. Let it linger and lay. Let me grab you. Let me see you. Let me smell you. And come on, let's run and go do something later. Because right now, here in the party, I need you to grab my attention. Like being in a party with your mate, Kristi. You lock eyes with your partner lock eyes with you. All of a sudden, y'all dip into the door. Y'all giving each other that look like,
what?
We finna go. We out. We gone.
You gotta leave the party.
You gotta leave because it got that eye. Like y'all literally.
I'm not leaving the party. Whoever I'm with gonna know. We gotta leave the party. Whoever I'm with.
Y'all not gonna leave the party?
Yeah, no. That's the beauty of it. No party, babe. We gonna do it. I'll be back in 5 minutes. I'll be right back in 5 to 10 minutes. I'll run to the car right quick, grab something. I'll be back though. I'll be back to finish the party.
Nevertheless, I mean, even with that,
part of it.
If that is how you choose to,
the person's gonna be with me. The person's gonna be with me.
Well, you know what, Kristi? It'd be so funny to know that there's some more people that really truly agree with what you're saying.
Absolutely. That's how you keep it fresh.
That's fresh. And so that's what Solomon was doing.
If that's your thing.
Solomon is the book that's teaching you how to keep it alive, not keeping it dead, not keeping it all out of there like it's going in. No, somebody had, since we're teaching these things, Kristi, since the Bible is where we're supposed to learn our lessons, this book right here is a book that don't nobody want to talk about because it's a real book that just what you said. I don't think it was talking about Israel and God. I believe it was talking about just what it is.
I think Solomon was talking about
sex. He was talking about getting it in.
I think Solomon was talking about sex. I mean, Solomon did write that book, right? Did Solomon write that book or somebody else wrote? Okay, I just make I be getting confused with who writes what.
Solomon wrote that.
Yeah, I think he was just talking about his what his experience.
Yeah,
but there's nothing wrong with that.
Because it's a way, and I get it, yes. And like you said, if you're single, of course, it could be one that'll hold you and keep you. I know one of the mothers of the church, when she was teaching us, and she said, young ladies, she now I can tell you, Pearl Maxwell, she taught about that book. And she said, now little young ladies, single ladies, Songs of Solomon to keep you. And I'm like, how it's gonna keep me?
I don't think I ever had a message from Song of Solomon. Yeah. And all of my time of going to the house of the Lord. And I could be wrong. Yeah. I've been to church a long time, so I obviously don't remember every message, but I don't recall.
It wasn't. I was in a ladies Saturday meeting.
I don't even recall hearing that. And this ladies thing, we love to
she didn't go into it like when she wanted to, though. I'll put it like that.
We know how to wear out the Proverbs 31 woman. We know how to wear that.
Yeah, we know how to be her. We know how to be the Proverbs woman. But again, even still with being the Proverbs woman,
ain't nothing wrong with it. I mean,
somebody else though. Can we be Solomon? Can we be the songs girl? Can we be the Shulamite? Can we be the Shulamite bride, please? Because I mean, it's there. She's there. She's there. Can we really be this chick right here? Can we be her? I mean,
they can, because they are.
Yeah. But because we're gonna talk about her. Kristi, that's our Bible study. That's what we're gonna teach about. We're gonna talk about it. Yeah, girl, this is our Bible study. We're gonna because it's mental. Okay. We just said that about the mind. Okay. We've been talking about we gonna pull some stuff from it and make people excited about the adventure of knowing. Okay. So you do your side of research, I'm gonna do my side, and y'all know how we bring it together because Kristi said that this was a conversation. I remember you saying that this is a conversation that people are not ready to have. Mm-hmm. But I beg to differ because we got 3 people on here and those who are going to watch us in the replay. And there's some good old pastors and leaders who really want to, they want to dialogue and shade clap back on us.
I don't think they need to shade clap back. I want to hear people's opinions.
Girl, they're going to shade and clap back. I'm still looking for our good pastor that will be brave enough to come and join us in the morning and talk to us about our our information of this, what we wanted to know. as far as the marriage is concerned. But I can tell you this here, Kristi, that with an experience of what's happening with a friend who just passed away, um, common law,
Mm-hmm.
it is a business.
Absolutely.
Ladies, gentlemen, if you are common law living and together and recognizing yourselves as husband and wife, you're gonna need some documentation.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna need to get you some documentation. You're gonna need to get you some legal paperwork that go down there to the court and pay you a little money for your legal common law certificate. Because if that person passed away and they have adult children, they are going to
It's
give
going to the adult children.
the adult children.
Absolutely.
They're
The
gonna
adult children, and then it's the parents. It's the adult children, the parents, and then maybe.
Yeah. No, it's the siblings. Trust me, I
Yeah,
found
the
all
siblings.
that
Yeah,
out.
yeah, the siblings. Yeah,
I found,
but
I've been
but
finding
you.
out some research about this
Oh, I could
because
have been told you that.
it's
Shit, you ain't
crazy.
have to research that. Yeah, that happens all the time. I mean,
I'm
I
gonna
I
say
mean,
my research.
it's just
Yeah, and it's crazy because again,
you
now
just
the
need
sad
to
part
have
about
your
it is
stuff
that
in
you
a
gotta buy
will is
it.
amazing. Black
Yeah,
people, a will will do you good. And
and
quit
it's
thinking.
free.
And here's the deal: you can handwrite your own will and get it notarized. I'm not telling you something I heard. I'm just telling you something I know. It don't have to be paying
And
all
I
this
am a
attorney money.
notary.
Well,
I
yeah,
am a
me
notary,
too. Me too.
and Kristi is a notary,
You
so
gotta.
we can help
It's
you.
wills are amazing. Wills can override a lot. Power of attorneys are amazing. Get that in check. Who's gonna be the power of attorney over your medical, over your finance, over your real estate? There's several kind of power of attorneys. For my mama, she knew my daddy could not make. My daddy was not gonna be in a position to make a sound medical decision for her. Because why? They've been together so long. He's gonna say, do whatever he needs to do to keep her here. No matter how much pain, this and that. She put that in the hands of me and my brother. We were my mom's medical attorney, and my dad signed off on medical power of attorney. Because you know why? We knew he was going and you know what? He shouldn't have to make that decision.
That's right.
And me, he just sometimes you don't want that person to make that decision because of how they're gonna live for the rest of their life. And my dad was fine with it. But also my mama knew that we wasn't gonna just make the decision and not consult with my dad, if it came down to that.
Right.
Which ultimately to put her in hospice it did. We had to come together and have a family meeting. It was like, I think it's time. My dad was like, I don't think yet. And we were like, Daddy, we're gonna give you 1 or 2 more days. But it's time. You know what I'm saying? So it's go get those things done, y'all. Like us. Come on, quit. You dead and gone, and your family out here. It's embarrassing. Can I say that to us?
Come on, say
Quit
it.
embarrassing us. Quit embarrassing yourself and your family. Get this shit in order. If you know, I mean, just write it down. I'm sorry, just write it down. I don't plan on checking out no time soon, but I don't know the ways of the Lord. My children, I pray to God that they put me down. I don't put them down, but I don't know the ways of the Lord.
Yeah.
So for me and my children and my ex-husband, we if something was to happen to any of us, we know where everything is going.
Yeah.
We all know. Kristi, your ex-husband, yes, because you know why? That's my children's. That's the father of my children.
Yeah.
And if something happened to me today, they're gonna call their dad to
help them navigate.
To help them out. Yeah. And you know why? They should.
Yeah.
My ex, hey, I don't need to be on none of your policies, but you got children. Do they know where your stuff is? If not, just tell me where it is. But I ain't trying. I want to, but because we got kids together, we got lineage together. We're gonna have grandchildren together. We know how to. If something happens, how to put you away. And this ain't about us. This is about lineage. This is do your sons know? I'm gonna be there to help, but do your sons know? My ex-husband, I got this here, I got this here, I got this here. My sons know I got this here, I got this here. If something was to happen to me, this is how much I don't want y'all to go over on my funeral and take the rest and go do this and this. I'm leaving this for my grandchildren I haven't met yet. Don't touch it. I'm writing down.
Yeah.
It's simple. I'm of sound mind and body. You get a notary to write that in a notebook.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
You ain't got to put people in your checking account, but go down to that bank and have whoever to be your beneficiary of your money.
Yeah.
You ain't got to tell them, but something happened to you, that money just gonna go up. and it's gonna go to an estate, and then somebody got to file these succession papers, and
Yep.
you got $10,000-$12,000 sitting up in your account that can't nobody touch that you could benefit. Stop doing that, us people. Get your affairs in order. Get your affairs in order. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Maybe that needs to be another one of the days. But
we got to do that
important.
one too. Ladies, my ex-husband is remarried. I asked him, does he have coverage on his new wife? I'm now their life insurance agent. Okay, listen. Come on, Webb.
You better make that money.
Yeah, POD payment on death.
Payable on death. I mean, you just have to know, especially if you
it is okay.
Especially if you like, even if you are common law. Let's just say if you are common law, and you set up your life insurance. Look, this gonna go to my daughters. This gonna go to you. This gonna go. It don't take but 2 seconds to call your HR department at your job.
Yeah.
Or call that family meeting.
Yeah. Exactly.
And say, if something happened to me, this is what my papers are. Kristi, if something happened to me, this is what my papers are for you to get in touch. It takes 2 seconds.
I said I'm gonna write my obituary because I don't want nobody to be running around here telling no lies on me. I'm gonna write my own stuff.
Me and my mama worked on hers. My mama pretty much, she wasn't crazy to what was getting ready to happen to her. Yeah. We had a lot. She picked out her own funeral song.
I was gonna say it seems scary, but come on now, you do it for your events.
It wasn't scary.
Your living events. Why not?
It wasn't scary at all. It wasn't scary for me. My mama had her own funeral songs picked out.
A lot of people say, a lot of people say something about, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be doing that kind of stuff. I don't want to be that kind of person. Oh no. They don't want to talk about this. They don't never want to talk about them. That's a black culture thing.
Guess what? It's not pretty. It's not pretty to talk about. Nobody wants to think about death, but unfortunately, it's part of the life cycle that we all gonna have to cross one day. It's where you want to get to the other side.
I think Kristi, like from working,
but you gotta have those conversations.
Yeah, working with people who have lost their loved ones, and especially when they have, they have been that anchor and the solid, rock to everybody, and to have to think, okay, what was the person's like one of my friends who had to bury her dad, she couldn't even remember her dad's sister, her auntie, his twin. She couldn't even remember her name because she was so far gone.
Oh, the grief brain is real.
Yeah, she was like, and she broke down crying. She said, I said, don't worry about it.
That's why you got people around you that can make phone calls or they can do this and that.
And that's what I told her. I said, no, we gonna get through it. She said, but that's my daddy's twin. I said, I know, baby, I know. And
grief brain is something.
We talked about it over the time, and she was like, girl, I just couldn't even really remember my name. I said, yeah, because your mind was just so far gone and you was stuck right there that your father is gone. So yeah, it happens. Write your stuff down, like Kristi said. Write it down.
Just write it down.
What's gonna happen. I said, Kristi, for my funeral, I'm gonna put a video together and say, well, if you're looking at this, I'm dead. So y'all, this is what we doing. We don't need no music. All we're gonna do is do this. We ain't doing all that extra stuff. Don't do all that. Don't waste your time. Don't sit up there and let nobody stand up there in the pulpit and lie to y'all. Don't worry about it. Y'all just stand there and express yourself all day. Express yourself.
Listen.
And go get you some chicken in the back.
But if you're in tune with yourself and your people around you, you know who to go to for what. You know who can handle what. My grandmother had to talk with me just out the blue because I was very close to my grandmother, my mom's mom, and my grandfather. And just one day out the blue, she was just like, okay, so something happened to me. These are like, she rattled off her rage. And I was like, bruh, we sitting over here eating. Oh, like, why is we talking about? I mean, I got this amount of cash just sitting over here in the closet just in case something happens. I got this over here. I keep that in case. And I was just like, you sitting around with 10 grand in cash just in here? Oh, yeah, girl, we keep it in here. I don't have to worry about that of my grandchildren stealing from me. I don't have to worry about this and that. But that's just in case. And I was just like, okay. I'm taking notes. Same with my mama. Mama came home from the hospital in February, and she did me. I went to see her, and she just did me. Okay, so for my funeral, and I pulled up my phone, and I just started taking notes on my phone.
Yeah.
It wasn't time for me to get emotional. It wasn't time for me to do this and that. She trusted me to handle the business, and so I was. She did a certain things for my brother. We all did this and that. She couldn't quite tell my daddy to, when my dad didn't want to hear it. He was like, I can't, I don't want to hear nothing about your funeral, right? And that's just where I get that. But me and my brother, I was taking notes. So when that time came,
just in case somebody needed to ask you, well, Kristi, do you have anything written down? And you'd be like, look at my phone. You know what I'm saying? Something
she had it all written down. My mama had it all written down in the notebook. We knew everything. She had her stuff typed out on her phone. I mean, she was like, go to my phone, forward this to you. These are the songs I want at my funeral. I don't care who do this and that, but this is what I want. This is who I want to sing. It was no second guessing. It was no whatever. I don't believe death catches a lot of the person that's going to be deceased. I just don't believe that catches them by total surprise. No matter how young, no matter how instant it seems to us, I just really believe.
I God gives us an opportunity. I believe we have a conversation with him, and we ask, now, God, before you take me now, can you please let me talk to Blase? Because I do. I believe that. I believe that he does give us that chance that when death comes knocking at your door, it is an opportunity for you to say, I believe he does. He does allow you to do that.
I totally believe that. Now that's just me. I've never been. I don't believe I've ever been at death's door. Yeah. But
I have with my sons, my son and my daughter.
But you just never know. You just never know. So what I'm going at is just let's just be grown-ups and just get our affairs in order. You ain't got to go get no $1 million policies. You ain't got to, unless you just want to. But I mean, at least let's just stop having our people around here doing GoFundMe's and got a fried chicken and be offended. I don't give a damn. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. Life insurance is not that expensive. I used to be a life insurance agent, and let me tell you something.
Real Webb is a life insurance agent.
Yeah. Our community will run you ragged. We want to get quotes, and they want this and this and this. Man, get 15. At least get enough to put you in the ground. At least get enough to
put you cremation. Cremation is $4,000 at least.
It don't cost that much. When you break that down monthly, and what you spend just running to get fast food or Starbucks, you can arrange to do that for yourself.
Pre-need for $25 a month. You
can do that. Like, come on, y'all. Let's just do it. That'd be nice if you set your children and your grandchildren up. That's wonderful. That's how the clear folks do it. They get $1 million policies and they leave. That's how they can live. Well, how they left houses millions? Life insurance. The other folks, they get them policies young. And they pay them, and they pay them off, and then they leave their children pretty decent. But conversation for a whole nother, a whole nother life. But we need to do that. We need to do that. It's not much. It's in the grand scheme of things, it's not much. Go ahead and pay for your plot. Don't leave that for your children and your grandchildren. They're not trying to scrape up money because
because they're going up.
We couldn't pay for an apply. And here's the deal. And we know if we're going to all pass away. That's a guarantee. Unfortunately, that's a guarantee. We all gonna close our eyes one last time. That's a guarantee in life. Period. Point blank.
And it is gonna happen. Somebody's gonna have to be left with the responsibility.
Get your affairs in order. That's all I'm saying. Just to get the affairs in order. Or like you said, if you want to be cremated, listen. Children of my father, he already said, don't put me in the ground. Don't put me in the ground. Somebody cremate me. Don't spend all that money. Cremate me. I'm like, what? He's like, cremate me. Don't have no long service. Had to do a musical and then cremate me and then be done. He's like, I don't want no long service. I don't want all that. I don't want none of that. Memorial, give me some good singing. Cremate me, and y'all can eat if y'all want, but go on about your business. He don't want all that. That's it.
That's what it is. And guess what? That's doing what he desired and loved.
Kristi, you ain't with him together. I am not, but we still the parents. We still got to hold the same children. And if God forbid if something happens to him, I'm gonna be there to hold my children's hand. obviously. And so
That's
you
good right there.
just like Webb said, you gotta be mature. It's maturity.
Yeah, maturity. Webb just said they ex.
You're right.
Webb said that the ex-husband went on, and now she got him covered. Now that you got the new wife covered, and they believe in her because she sells life insurance. And guess what? They have came to a agreement is because at the end of the day, Webb has made a decision and a choice to say that it's important that there is something in place. There's something in place. Making those decisions. That's what it's about.
And go get the physical. Yes, you're gonna have to get a physical for your life insurance. You're gonna get a physical for your TWIC card and for your job. Do they have TWIC cards in Texas? I know they got them in
Louisiana. Yeah, they do.
Okay, good. You gotta take a physical.
And if you cannot get life insurance,
you can get
a pre-need. Get you a pre-need.
You can
$25 a month. You can get you a good pre-need.
So those things are just important for instances like this, because you got your common laws and
so we gotta bring you on and let you talk more about that. Yeah,
I got to go to this good old restaurant, Nikki. I'm sorry, no, okay. I got a potty. I got a potty, people.
It's our time to go anyway, Kristi.
Because I got to
Let's pray.
I got to be in the field this week.
I
got to be in the field this week, so I text you in my script.
Let's pray. So, Father God, we thank you this today, Lord, that you have made. God, we shall rejoice and be glad. And God, I thank you for another great day. Thank you for this great word. And God, I just ask right now that you would continue to keep us and bless us, God. Thank you, Father God, for safe travel all throughout the day. And Lord, I pray that something that we said today, God, was a word, right on time word, God, and has the minds thinking, God. And we just trust you, we believe, and we stand on the promises. And it is so. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Listen, it's not about what I say, it's about how I make you feel. And man, I hope I made you feel some type of way. Y'all have a good day. Bye-bye.
Bye.